What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. My name is Zach. I'm here with my partner, Nonpfixion. What's good with you, brother?
Man, I'm good, brother. What do you have for us today?
Well, I got an interesting one. Something a little different
Okay.
from what we've done before. It is in the cricket world. This was in our request form, which is down below in the description. You can check that out. RFS request. Send us the videos you want to see. But it was sent by a guy named Taran or Taran. And he said we need to check this video out. So he gave us a little dialogue before we watch the video, and he has a question for us. So I'll go through that. If y'all want to skip forward to the video straight up, you can go ahead and do so. But he says this is an incident wherein the bowler appeals for what looks like a LBW, but it was not given by the umpire. The bowling team's captain, Steve Smith, briefly consults with his teammates and asks for a review by making the hand signal. The third umpire reviews it and decides to keep the on-field umpire's decision because of a lack of strong enough evidence to overrule the decision. Next, the fielding team is furious, and the captain, Steve Smith, and a few other Australians charge the umpire. Which obviously is a big no-no. And then he goes on to say, moreover, Josh Hazelwood, the bowler, uses profanity that is clearly audible on the stump mic. He was later fined a certain percentage of his match fee for this misconduct. He wants us to answer the question. Do you feel that the captain's, Steve Smith's, demeanor of walking disrespectfully towards the umpire and accusing him further exasperated the situation? So him running over to the umpire, was he married?
Didn't make it worse.
His penalty.
Didn't make it. Yeah, I got you.
So let's check it out.
Oh, that is a beauty. It's full enough to be in line.
Okay. So, I mean, right off the bat, looking like that, I mean, it looked like he went straight at his shin, right in front of the wickets, right?
It does look like he would have hit the wickets. So let's see if there's a slow motion replay of some sort.
Yeah, and this dude, he looked like he got a little grudge on it. Like, really didn't want him to have it.
Now they review it.
So he's calling for the timeout.
Wow, it's full. The question is it missing leg stump? It reversed in. It was the perfect swinging Yorker.
We've got a review for
Has to hit a lot. It has to hit quite a lot of the stump.
First,
it has to hit quite a lot because it's been given not out on the field.
Here we go.
That is the way the game is run these days. It's a fair delivery. It has to hit quite a bit of the stump.
Please.
Just flicking it won't be enough.
All right.
Okay, if we can have a look at
where did it pitch?
It hit.
Wow,
it hits the shin.
more than half.
So it hits the shin, like right by the crease.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see where the LBW shows it. Like, is it saying because it was he kind of was hooking this way over into the inside?
It was going off to the side. Yeah.
A little bit. Let's see.
The ball's got a pitch on leg stump, and you look at Kane Williamson's guard.
Okay, just like that.
Yeah,
Is there an inside edge? Does the bottom of the bat glow?
Doesn't appear to be a hot spot there.
Trying to see if it hits. It doesn't look like it hits.
Have a look at front on again, just to.
First off, this technology is really cool. It's the first time we're seeing this technology. It's kind of sick.
Well, I think it's hitting the stumps. The issue is, did enough of the ball pitch outside or pitch in line with leg stump?
It barely clips the bat, hits the shin.
Go back to leg.
I don't think, but
again, please.
That's the question. Does it clip the bat?
I think it barely touches it. Like, not enough to really affect it. The shin affects it more than anything.
But if it touches it, then can it still be a LBW if it touches it? I would assume it does because if it hits the wicket. No, because if it touches the bat and hits the wickets, I don't know if he's out. I don't think we've had that scenario show up before.
I don't think so. I don't
think so either. Because, I mean, like, this is like a freeze frame. I'm trying to see if we can get, like, the perfect moment. Because it goes under right there, no contact. I don't think it touches it right there.
Go back one step. Go back one frame. The reason why I think it does is because where it starts at, then go to the next frame. It's slightly over to the right, so it didn't just do that. I don't think it did it off the bounce.
But if you look at the strings here, the laces, it's angling that way. It's spinning that way. It is rotating. It is rotating right.
I can't even tell. I can't see the laces.
So. You can't see the yeah. So the laces are going like this. Not that's they aren't going directly across, but it's going like that. I don't think it touched the bat.
Go back to leg side hotspot again, please.
All right, well, that looked like he might have hit it.
Mark, you have a look at the bottom of the bat and watch how it glows more.
Might just be a little hotspot there.
The bottom of the bat, it glows brighter.
Yeah, I've just got a little hotspot.
Good.
That's interesting. I'm trying to get this bottom thing to go away. Will it go away?
Yeah, move the mouse for a few seconds. It should.
Yeah.
But
put it over here. Go ahead.
I think it hits it when the ball is coming. It clips it just barely enough to move to that right. And I think that's what I do agree that the spin is also taking it there, but I also believe the bat barely touches enough just to move it. And it's such an infinitesimal type, like an amount, that it's hard to say yes or no, and it's hard for the human eye to see it.
So
only this could, like, a replay of with high technical equipment can actually prove it.
And what they're saying in this image is that it's hard for y'all to tell, but the bat's right here, and you see at the very bottom, it's a little bit brighter. That's showing a hot spot coming from the ball, saying that the ball did graze it. That's what they're trying to imply right here. So
what's crazy about this is that this is all physics right here. This is science. They're using science to detect, because the power off the ball is what's putting energy.
Heat,
energy is heat, and we're using infrared to look for the energy coming off the ball. Sorry, geek here. I love this.
Yeah, hey, it's cool. It's cool, man.
So I'm going to stay with your original decision. Just rock back onto that. Yeah, there we go. You're now on screen.
And so because they feel that there was a minimal amount of contact. It's not an LBW.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah. Since there's a little bit of contact, that's saying that it's no LBW. It's hard, man. It's hard.
So hard.
And like I know you couldn't see it, and I'm sure other people have watched this video that are checking this out. Like that light that's there, bro, it's so little. And like, like you said, it's detecting heat. So it's like, how much heat is it picking up, right? Because did the bat graze the ground too? Like, could it be heat from that? Could it be heat from swinging, creating energy? No, because it's so minuscule.
But the heat from the bat and the heat from the ground will actually reflect and show differently.
Yeah, very true.
Definitely show differently. So
very true. Definitely.
Now we got to the stage where the
let me get my geek bag over here.
What's going on?
All right, so now here comes the issue.
Down here.
Yeah.
You can't question him. He is given. You cannot come down and question him.
He's relaying the answer.
Jesus.
This, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. It's not this man's fault. He gave it not out.
Yeah.
You asked.
Yeah.
They provided the evidence.
I agree with the announcer. He gave his answer. They went to the booth. They checked it. They agree with him. You just have to accept the results. Do we like to do as if I'm that team? Do I like results? No, but you got to accept the results.
Well, I mean, I don't know how it is in cricket exactly, but like in a lot of sports, whenever they go to a challenge, it has to be undeniable to be able to change it.
Yeah.
Right. It has to be undeniably that he didn't touch the ball, and the fact that they had that little light in the infrared, shows that it's possible that he hit it, so they can't argue it. And like you said, the way those freeze frames work, we did the clips, and I know they probably have some higher, cameras to get, go even more detailed with the clip, but it does look like it could have glazed a little bit. Yeah. So
deserve a grilling out there.
Let's see what
I'm sorry.
Here.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that behavior's intolerable.
Yeah, so they definitely don't. The announcers definitely don't approve of like this conversation, the cursing going on in the outside.
He did everything right. He gave it not out, and technology proved it to be the right decision.
Well, the other thing is to follow it on. Did it actually pitch outside leg? Would it have hit the stumps?
Even if he's missed this, I think that enough of that ball is in doubt to be pitching outside leg stump.
He certainly hit the bat there. It certainly hit the bottom of the bat.
It's so close.
That's why I say I think it's not a lot.
Yes, it is. That's what he got. The message was on the field. Yeah, I believe that's out.
And redirected a bit.
He hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it did look like he got redirected a bit.
And,
I mean,
and you're right that the ball itself is on a spin. That just makes it that much more difficult because the spin and the reaction of what it's hitting the bat is going the same direction.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, now as far as the question goes, I mean, obviously, cricket's a different sport, right? It's like more of
Yeah.
a gentleman's sport. Cursing
Yeah.
and especially having that being heard and being televised, not
Yeah.
tolerable. Used to not be tolerable in a lot of U.S. sports as well. Now they've been a little more lenient on it, but uh, as far as charging the ump, that's where it's very different because
Yeah.
in baseball in the US, walking up to an umpire and stuff and having a conversation is very common.
Yeah.
Whenever it gets bad is when it gets like almost like a child throwing a tantrum.
Yeah.
This
Yeah. Because
was very mature for the most part.
as we compare, because we know American sports much greater than we know cricket. In American sports, like you said, yes, you can walk to the ref and have a conversation with them. You cannot go and you cannot be irate. You
Mhm.
can't berate them. You can't call them names. You can't even curse at them.
Right.
That'll automatically get you thrown out of the game, get you fined, and get you in trouble by the National League. Now in cricket, like you said, it is a gentleman's sport. So the way that they're looking at it from that point of view, not with an American eye, but with a eye that's outside of America, that will be. I know it's frowned upon. I know 100% it's
Exactly.
frowned upon.
Exactly.
And it'd be different if the lead of that team just went to speak to him in a calmly manner. That's different. But he went to him, and his body language was slightly aggressive, and so you saw
Yes.
the ump ref but you saw him backing up as he's trying to talk to them, like he's
Mhm.
not trying to get closer because it could get worse.
'Cause
And that
yeah.
he kept pursuing the going closer and closer. So and then, like you said, the profanity comes over the mic of the camera. You don't want that. You don't want that in the sport. So I
It
mean, I
makes
don't know what
it makes sense. It's different for
yeah.
us, right? Like I said, it feels
Yes,
different
yes,
for us because
yeah,
our games aren't dictated that way. But if that's
yeah,
within the rules of the game, and as you say, that is absolutely a no for someone to walk up and call and charge up to the umpire.
mhm,
Then yeah, hold the roll. If you're
yeah.
gonna have a law, enforce the law. Don't bend the law. So I mean, I'm all
Now,
down with that.
as an American, if that the way he approached the ref, we've seen much worse. So to me,
Yeah,
I would like, oh,
that
that's
looks like
nothing.
nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it looks like
That's
nothing.
nothing. And even in because most refs they don't back down.
Yeah.
They'll hold their ground. So because they know no matter what, the league is going to back them before it backs
Hmm.
the player. So no, so for me, I'm like, oh, that wasn't too aggressive. I know for a different culture, that's considered more aggressive. So I understand where they're coming from. I understand it. You know.
Yeah. I mean, this was definitely interesting. This is
Mhm.
definitely not one that we would have went out our way to go and find. So I appreciate the recommendation,
Yeah.
Taryn.
And thanks for the question
Uh,
too.
yeah, and for the question, I like that. Use that, in the request form.
Yeah.
You can put the videos in. You can add some context to the video or add some question to the video, the things you want us to answer, give our opinion
Yeah.
on. All of
And
that
this
brings new life to our channel and
Yeah,
what we're
it
able to
just
do.
doesn't have to be straight up reaction. It could be something like this where me and Zach can debate the conversation on this, or just have an actual adult conversation about what the scenario is. I actually like this. So if we get more of these, this will be good
Same.
dope. Send us more situations like this. Ask us
Yeah,
our
some
questions,
some
our
little
thoughts
debate
on the
videos.
situation. Yeah.
Ooh, I
Send
like
us
that.
more. Send us more. No matter the sport, we'll try to figure it out and we'll try to debate it. So
I love it.
yeah,
Well,
I like
appreciate
that.
you guys. Love you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Peace out.